Hey, air signs, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot. Welcome to the weekend. Just doing a little weekend reading for you. So we're going to take a look just at possibly a little bit under the hood. You know, possibly what somebody might be keeping hidden from you intentionally or unintentionally. Okay, I think for the most part unintentionally. All right, I'm using 4 of my decks for this reading. We'll get them all light out, and yeah. So I hope you're having a good weekend so far. And we'll see what story comes up. You know, it might be 3 separate stories in a way, or it might be all connected. I usually find that the stories are connected in some way. So I feel like this reading is either going to resonate with you or it's not. Okay, I don't feel like there will be a lot of in between. All right. All right, so let's see what we got. I'm going to take a look at possibly some messages from your person, and you know, you could be currently in a relationship with this person. You could be, you know, you might have an attraction for somebody. There might be a connection there, but you're not necessarily in a relationship yet. You could be broken up with this person. You could be in some type of separation from this person. You know, we'll see how it goes, okay? All right, so let's take a look. What do we have here? All right, it says, speaking about my feelings has always been difficult for me. All right, so your person might want you to know that, okay, that's something that has been challenging for them in past relationships and possibly with the connection that they have with you. So what else do we have here? All right, so confusing love with a need for validation. So this particular card warrants some explanation, okay? I always attribute this card to somebody that really doesn't have a lot of self-love for themselves, okay? So, you know, this type of person, okay, and they're not in any way a bad person because of this. You might be dealing with somebody a little bit younger, first of all, okay? A lot of times, especially in our younger years, you know, we attract certain relationships or connections to help us build our own self-love, okay? And what happens in those relationships, you know, we seek out hearing, you know, great things about ourselves. So, you know, you might be with somebody that is needing to hear, you know, a lot of nice things about themselves, you know, how handsome or how beautiful they are, you know, what a great sense of humor they have, how funny they are, you know, how well they dress, how successful, how much money, you know, they just got a new car, beautiful car, you know, great job. You know, they are great in challenging situations. Whatever it is, that need to hear that regularly about themselves is because they have a difficult time, right, finding that validation on their own. So a lot of times 2 people come together to literally validate each other, and it's more about that, which ultimately helps this person build their own self-love. So that's a lot of times why, especially in our younger years, we might hop from relationship to relationship. And that's why certain relationships feel, very good in the beginning, because there's a lot of mutual validation. But as we get to know a person, right, we don't necessarily feel the need to constantly validate that person. Okay? Even though, it might be nice if that were to continue on, it usually doesn't. It usually doesn't. So in a true loving relationship or a true loving connection, there's not that need to be validated constantly. Okay? So you might be dealing with somebody about like this. With this here, speaking about my feelings has always been difficult for me. That's part of having a challenge with self-love. It's hard to talk about feelings when you may not have those same feelings for yourself. Okay? It's true. What do we have here? Fifth dimensional experiences. Okay. So what is that? Okay, that can be a level of telepathic communication. That can be, the two of you meeting in your dreams. A lot of times when there's a challenge here, because this is ego. This has to do with ego. In the fifth dimension, fourth dimension, okay, ego is removed and we speak, completely from the heart. We're not fearful. Ego, is, we need an ego, okay, we do, but that's where our fear or, the shadow side of ourselves typically comes from. All right? So what do we have up here? Air signs. It says, I minimize others to feel better about myself. Okay? So I feel like this, is connected to this card here, confusing love with need for validation. This is kind of the opposite energy of that. Why do we have the need to minimize other people, to feel better about ourselves? That's a lack of self-love. You are dealing with somebody potentially that really has a hard time finding love for themselves, which ultimately turns into a difficulty to finding love with somebody else if they're not constantly being validated. And that's why, in a lot of cases, a third party will show up. Because that third party, that new person, will validate them all day long, okay? Will simply tell them, how sexy they are, how amazing they are, how beautiful they are. Whatever it is that that person needs or likes to hear about themselves, if they stop getting that validation in their current connection, that's why they seek it out elsewhere. So people that jump around from relationship to relationship, that's why, I can easily say it's not about you. It's about the other person. Okay? If you have that behavior, think about it. Think about your relationships and what you seek in a relationship from a person. If you stop hearing certain things about yourself that you feel you might need to hear because you may struggle finding your own self-love, it's absolutely why it happens. And that's why, again, I can confidently say that a lot of, quote unquote cheating, and third party situations really do stem from a lack of self-love. Okay? All right, so what else do we have here? It says loving actions held back due to pride. So what I feel like this is saying is, you know what? If I don't hear great things about myself, I'm going to hold back nice things about you. Okay? That comes from, an ego that isn't being fed regularly. Okay? So somebody here, will tend to minimize other people to feel better about themselves. Okay? And they hold back loving actions towards you due to some type of pride, some type of, something isn't completely fair here. They might see it as they are giving more to you than they see you giving to them. It's a scorekeeper. We're dealing with a scorekeeper here. And scorekeepers, are, come out because they are, again, they are seeking that validation so they can build up their own self-love. What else do we have here? All right, we have, I sabotage really good things. Okay? Maybe you see this as a really good relationship, or the potential to be a really good relationship. But this person, because, they hold back loving actions or loving things to say, they sabotage really good. I mean, you always, when you look at a couple that struggles with this type of thing, right? When you see a couple that's always arguing or always has drama between them, or always, they're breaking up and making up and breaking up and making up, it's about this. Okay? So, this all comes from a lack of self-love. All right? What do we have here? And then we'll take a look at tarot and we'll clarify a little more. All right, so this person is saying, I see the consequences of my actions. So this person definitely has an awareness. They have an awareness of, the fact that speaking their feelings, or a difficulty speaking their feelings, does have consequences. They have an awareness that when they minimize others, or gossip about other people, or talk negatively about other people, they know it's to pump themselves up. Another way to build up their own self-love off of other people's backs, or off of other people's failures, or, so this person knows that they consciously hold back loving actions because they're prideful. They don't want to give up the upper hand, so to speak. All right? They know that they sabotage really good things in their life. Okay? All right, so what else do we have here? This is the third eye chakra. So this person does have conscious awareness of this. Admitting my issues and challenges. Okay, this is the throat chakra. So it feels like, this card has came up in the water signs. It came up in the earth signs as well. Okay, this is the card of the day. Admitting my issues and challenges. It feels like that's what this person has a desire to do. That's the throat chakra. It feels like that's what they want to talk about. I feel like this person ultimately wants to know you better, wants you to know them better. Okay? So you might be able to understand this person and where they're coming from a little bit better. Understand that, what they're doing isn't necessarily aimed at you, even though it might feel like it is or has been. All right? It's really about, somebody feeling very damaged within themselves. This person might feel very alone, when they take off the mask, and they are by themselves. This person doesn't feel good about themselves and how they behave around other people, including and especially you. And what do we have here? Look at this. I know I create unnecessary issues. Same energy here. I sabotage really good things. Okay? So you can see how everything ties together here. This person not only, this and this, I feel like the two of you almost have to go into dream state, okay, to really see the other person's, true self. But I feel for this person. I really do. I feel, this person really struggles, so if you're angry at somebody, or you feel that somebody is sabotaging your relationship or your connection, or seems jealous of you or envious of you, or they're trying to one up you, that's where it comes from. That's where this type of behavior comes from. All right, so let's get some clarification here. All right, so we're going to clarify this card here. Clarify this card here. All right. All right, so let's see. All right, so I minimize others to feel better about myself. All right, so then we have 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so it feels like what Spirit is saying here is, 3 of Pentacles is about coming together. It's like, it's about collaborating. It's about, bringing people together. This person, every time they do this, it's like they separate themselves from people, whether they're around them or not. It's like this is what they ultimately want. The people that they minimize, they actually want that validation from. They want that attention from those people, whoever they are, at work, with family. The people that they talk about the most, okay? Keep this in mind. The people that they talk about the most are the people that they actually want to pull towards them. So if they're doing that with other people, they're doing that with you too, okay? And at the end of the day, what they really want is they want to come together. They want to feel included. They want to feel important. They want to feel validated, okay? Because again, that helps them to build up their own self-love. So eventually, they get to a point where they don't need that validation anymore. They know who they are. They know, what they love about themselves. They know they're worthy of love. They know they deserve love. And they know they have a lot to offer. Okay? So what do we have here? Speaking about my feelings has always been difficult for me. We have Temperance. Okay, so Temperance, is really about balancing all of the elements. So water, which is emotion, okay? Earth, which is what is going on in the physical world. Air, which is our thoughts. And fire, which is our passion or the action that we take. So I want to see what's out of balance for this person here. All right, so we have 4 of Pentacles. So I feel like, Pentacles is earth energy, right? So, this person, where they're out of balance is, how they interact in the physical world. Okay, they hold themselves back. Four of Pentacles. That's the biggest challenge that they have. They hold themselves back in the physical world. Maybe they don't speak up or, stand up for themselves. They wait until whoever upsets them leaves the room. Then they talk about that person. Then they talk about what upsets them. When they have every opportunity to address it while that person is in the room, they choose not to. So, who does that serve? All it serves is, this energy here, to minimize others, to feel better about themselves. That's how it serves them. And what it actually does is, loving actions held back due to pride. It's about pride. This person didn't act the way they knew they needed to act in the physical world with those people while they were in the room, okay? They hold back due to ego or pride. Maybe those people, what they're saying, are completely correct and they know it. You can watch somebody just spiral out of control in this energy where they end up defending things that are almost ridiculous. What do we have here? I sabotage really good things. Queen of Wands. So, fire energy here. The Queen of Wands, especially in this type of reading, really represents the best version of self, okay? It's the happiest version of you. It's, the version of you that smiles at people, that acts lovingly, that is wholehearted. I sabotage really good things, starting with themselves, okay? They don't feel good about these actions. They don't. So ultimately, what this person sabotages more than anything is the best version of themselves, is prevented from coming up to the surface because, they're trying to find who the best version of themselves is, or they don't believe in the best version of themselves. Okay? I see the consequences of my actions. Ace of Pentacles. All right, so, this person, yes, they see the consequences of their actions and they expect to be forgiven for any actions that they have taken out of pride or out of the need for validation. They do expect to be forgiven immediately. Okay? They don't expect any retribution towards them. They expect to be given a new beginning in the physical world, Pentacles, every single time. So, that can be a very challenging thing, because once you do something, once you say something, your words have power. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. King of Swords. Okay, so I feel like when this person is in this energy of expecting to be able to just hit the reset button anytime they want, I feel like they receive, King of Swords, a lot of questions from you, if you are their person, all right? They don't like to be questioned, okay? But it's a good thing that you do that, because people are accountable for what they say. And, I see this a lot, where, you know, where somebody will say, you know, I'm done with this, I'm done with this person, you know, I don't want this anymore, get out of my life, I don't want to talk to you. All of these things, okay? You know, this could be that person that might have done that at some point. You know, I don't want you in my life. Words hold power. And if they're not spoken authentically, you know, you're going to be accountable for that. This person's going to be accountable for that. One more. All right, Four of Cups. This person is very much somebody that focuses on the negative side of life. Okay, and keep in mind, you know, it's a learning process for this person. The question for you is, you know, do you want to go through this learning process with them, you know, as they learn? Because I feel like, you know, a lot of you probably have a cup of love for this person, and this person, if they reject it, or they make fun of it, or they don't respond to it, it's not that they're rejecting you. It's that on some level they're rejecting themselves. Because if they don't have the level of self-love that they need, okay, they actually lose respect for anybody else that has love for them. So it becomes very easy for them to focus on the negatives, focus on your negative traits, okay? Focus on minimizing you to feel better about themselves. They can use you for that. What do we have here? Admitting my issues and challenges. Look at this. We have Two of Cups with this, okay? This feels a little bit, this feels manipulative to me, okay? While this person admits their issues and challenges, they also admit, you know, this mutual connection between the two of you. They might use this connection a little bit you know, at some point, and some of you might be at this point, eventually everybody else gets to see the beautiful side of this person, and you get to see, or you get dumped on with all of their issues and challenges. Okay? Complaining. You get to hear them complain. You start to be the only one that hears this from them. Okay? They use you in that way. You know, it does feel like there's a mutual connection here. You know, and this person, believe it or not, is working on this. Okay? They're working on this possibly with you or through you to build their own worthiness. But it might be a little bit of a manipulative process. If you too, where this doesn't work at all, okay, is if you're also in a similar energy. If you're in a similar energy of not feeling worthy or deserving of love, that's where a codependent relationship, you know, that's where that happens. You codependently, you know, depend on each other to build each other up constantly versus just loving each other and allowing the other person to be who they are, flaws and all. All right? Let's see. I create unnecessary issues. Knight of Cups. So this card is almost the same as this card, okay? You know, a difficulty speaking about my feelings. So we've seen this twice, all right? And where this person really struggles is being able to not only say nice things or speak their feelings to you, they have a hard time telling themselves as well. They keep it, you know, they're difficult on themselves probably more than they're difficult on anybody else. But they keep their, they hold on to their, you know, their love, and they share their complaints. They share their negativity. They have no problem sharing, you know, their negativity. But they do have a problem sharing their love because their cup isn't full. They're working on filling it. You can either be part of the process of helping them fill that, and at the end of that process, maybe they're going to give their cup of love to you. Chances are they're going to give it to somebody else. You know, and I see a lot of those situations too. Oh my gosh, you know, I was with him for 4 years. You know, I'm the one that helped him get to where he was, and now he leaves me and goes and marries somebody else 6 months later. That's that scenario. So this is a good thing for a lot of people to really consider and look at. You know, do you want to be a part of the process of helping this person build up their self-love and their worthiness? At the end, it might be something that's amazing for you. At the end, it might be something that feels unfair. All right. Air signs. This is what I have for you. Very interesting reading. Some of you might be going through this. Like I said, this is either going to resonate or it's not, but it also is, you know, I feel like it's good information for everybody to be aware of though too. All right. So if this is your situation and you're looking to go deeper or have a personal reading, certainly reach out to me. I'm always here for you. If not, no problem. I will talk to you next time. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.